Bonjour guys, and greetings from the Cannes Film Festival. I'm going to be here for the next few weeks bringing you lots of reviews from the festival, so stand by for those. I'm going to kick things off with a review of the latest film from Japanese filmmaker Hirokazu Kore-eda, who is no stranger to the Cannes Film Festival. In the last few years he won the Palme d'Or for his movie Shoplifters, and just last year he had his first ever Korean-speaking film, Broker, in the competition. It was a festival highlight for me. Those two films shared a theme of chosen family, and everything that we've seen of Kore-eda's newest film was suggesting that he was taking a departure from that theme and perhaps giving us something a little bit darker with his newest film, which is titled Monster. And Monster wasn't at all what I was expecting it to be. From the bare amount of information that we had about this film prior to the festival, like the synopsis on IMDb and the teaser trailer on YouTube, I was expecting Monster to be a dark thriller, perhaps about child abuse, but Kore-eda has given us something far more complex than that. A story about family, friendship, lies, and bullying. The film starts off as one thing, but gradually morphs into something very beautiful by the end of it, just illustrating Kore-eda's tonal flexibility as a storyteller. He really is just so good at what he does. The opening shot of this film is a burning high-rise, which begs the question, what or who caused the fire? So my initial thought was, oh, it's a mystery about who's the one that caused the fire, but it's not that at all. We then see single mother Saori, who's played by Sakura Ando, dealing with her young son Minato, played by Soya Kurakawa, who's getting into trouble at school. Is Minato a bully at school, or is he in fact being abused by his teacher, Mr. Hiri, played by Aita Nagayami? There's evidence to suggest that both are true, depending on your vantage point. And as the plot progresses, we see the same story told from different perspectives. We see the perspective of the teacher, Mr. Hiri, as well as one of Minato's classmates, this sweet and sensitive lad called Eri, who's played by Hinata Hiragi. Apologies if I butchered any of the pronunciations of these names up here. But yeah, the story is a little bit Rashomon in its structure. But I will say, I found the film more interesting the more it went along. Each scene peeled back another layer, revealed more nuances as to why the characters are acting out in the ways that they are. I don't want to say too much about the revelations that occur later in the film because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but screenplay writer Ryuichi Sakamoto teases early on that the sweet little lad Eri has a disease which his father's trying to cure him of. I don't want to say what it is, because spoilers, but when it is revealed, I was kind of stunned by the revelation because it just wasn't what I was expecting. This film really did subvert me on more than one occasion, but it also added a beautiful layer of meaning to the film as well. The performances in this are fantastic across the board, but I do want to give a special mention to the two young boys, Soya Kurakawa and Hinata Hiragi. They had dynamite chemistry together. It was wonderful watching them. I wouldn't say that Monster is in my top tier Kore-eda films, even though it is still pretty great. I actually think that the Rashomon style of structure and storytelling did hurt it a little bit. Like, it could have been finessed a little bit more, I think, because in the second half of the film, after the mother loses Minato in the middle of a storm and she doesn't know where he is, it's a very emotional, distressing moment, but because she has very little screen time in the second half, the emotional climax of the film didn't hit me as hard as it could have because I didn't really get to see how she was coping with the disappearance of Minato. Even though the script is a little bit patchy in places, I still found the film overall quite effective. I would be remiss not to mention the beautiful score from composer Sakamoto Ryuichi. This was actually his final composition that he made for a feature film, and it really is gorgeous. It's a stripped-back, melancholy score with a lot of emphasis on piano, and I actually found it most effective in the final sequence of this film. Like, the final shot of this film is very beautiful and poetic, and the score really does punctuate the themes of the movie, and it's absolutely lovely. Part of me wonders if Kore-eda chose to end the film on this particular moment because it's a way of also honoring the late great composer Sakamoto Ryuichi. I'm not saying it's going to be powerful enough for Ryuichi to secure a posthumous Oscar nomination, but as far as the final notes to end your career on, it is absolutely lovely. And while we're on the topic of awards, could I see Monster getting any Oscar nominations? It remains to be seen if Japan will submit this as their submission for Best International Feature at next year's Oscars. I mean, makes a lot of sense. Hirokazu Kore-eda is kind of their go-to guy for their submissions, so would not surprise me if they do submit it for International Feature. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I see this being nominated anywhere else, even though it would be nice to see a nomination for score. Could it win something at Cannes though, perhaps? Well, I've not really seen a whole lot yet, so I can't really compare it to. So, do I think it can win the Palme d'Or? Out of all the films I've seen so far, it would be my front runner, but my gut feeling is telling me no. I have a feeling I'm going to see something else that is better than this. So yeah, my gut is telling me it's probably not going to win the Palme d'Or, but I do think it will probably win a prize at Cannes. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Absolutely. Monster is definitely one of those movies I think would be appreciated with a second viewing because of all the clues hidden in plain sight and the fact there's a lot of layers to it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a watch. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Yeah, if you're a fan of Hirokazu Kore-eda's work, then yes, this is a must watch, sorry. And if you're a fan of films like Rashomon, or even more recently, Lucas Dont's Close, then I think you'll appreciate this movie. And third question, what score to give out of 10? It's not my favorite Kore-eda movie by any means, but it's still a pretty great movie, so I'm gonna give Monster a score of 7.5 out of 10. But as always guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I would love to hear from you. Are you excited for Monster? Have you seen it? If you have, what did you make of it? How would it rank for you in your Kore-eda rankings? Whatever you have to say, let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, help me out in the little thumbs up button. For more movie, TV, and Oscars related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And for more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Harefield, and I'll see you next time.